Hey YouTube, I'm here to show you my video game finds for the second week of February 2014. Here in Northern California it rained all week, so there were actually no garage sales listings or few estate sales. Well, I didn't feel like getting up for just 2 or 3 estate sales, and which most times they don't have video game stuff, so I didn't go on yesterday. But I still go to Goodwill, Savers, and I got 2 Craigslist deals. One's just alright, one's pay quite a bit, but hard to say if it's good or I think it's a good deal. I thought it was. I'll show you that at the end. I'll get right into it. Some of these buys were not that great, some of them were, I guess. First place I went to, first thing I'll show you is at the Goodwill. So at the Goodwill I got 2 games. Actually 2 different Goodwills. I'll show you the first lot of Goodwill games. Actually I got only 1 game. Star Wars 3 for the Wii, which is complete, but the spine here is completely ripped. And they also got this, but it doesn't have the game in it, Soul Blade. And I told her there's no game in it. She's like, okay, you can just take it for free. But then when she rang all the stuff up, she charged me the $3. So it worked out to be pretty much Star Wars was $6. So I should have checked the receipt before I left, but I don't know. Well, it's alright. And then another Goodwill, I got 2 games, $6 a piece. Probably not the best buy for this one. Another Lego Star Wars 2 for the GameCube. It's probably worth exactly $6. This one looked interesting, so I picked it up. Ribbit King for the PlayStation 2. In really nice condition, I would say. I mean, the inside is pretty much mint condition. Also $6, so this was obviously the better of the 2 pickups. And then at Salvation Army, I actually went there twice. Looks like they threw away or got rid of all the old stuff that was just sitting there, and they got some new stuff. So I'll show you that. This, which was really cool. I mean, the controller itself isn't that great, but it was new in the package. New GameCube controller, Platinum one, for $4. And then I got a stack of games there. The first time I went there, I think it worked out to be $4 a game. I mean, the Xbox 360 games here were, I think, $6 or $7 or $6, and then the older ones were $3, but it just worked out to be $4 a game. I got Batman Arkham City for the Xbox 360. Fable, The Lost Chapters. And then this is probably the best find of the whole lot. Animal Crossing. It is player's choice, but it has all the paperwork inside, all the little flyers as well. And then 007 Agent Under Fire for the GameCube. Driven for the GameCube. The House of the Dead 3 for the Xbox. And then finally Saints Row 2 for the Xbox 360. So like I said, I went there the second time around, and they did have more games. So I got 3 more games for $3 a piece, because they were the older consoles. Shrek Extra Large, probably not even worth the $3. I just picked it up because I've seen the other Shrek games, but I've never seen the Extra Large, so I thought I'd just give it a shot. And then Silent Hill 2 Restless Dreams for the Xbox, Platinum Hits. And the last one, probably the best of the find. Harvest Moon Save the Homeland for PlayStation 2. Only problem with this one is not complete. It's missing the instructions. Actually, there was another instructions for the Xbox, some Xbox game that was in there. Should have just threw it in for me. So that's what I got at Salvation Army. I thought it was pretty good. Quite a bit of stuff, I would say. And then at Savers, I went there a few times as well. I'll show you, I guess, the one item. I went there when it was just one time. I got Wappy Dog for the DS for $2. It says not for resale in the back, so I assume you actually had to buy the dog. It came with the dog. And kind of connected the dog with the DS, and you're playing with it. So this was $2, probably not a good pickup, but just give it a shot. And then another time when I went there was a pretty big lot of items I got. I got 2 handheld devices. This whole lot I got, I'm about to show you, was Worked out to be $53. I had a 20% coupon, so that's why it's weird. It's 53. So I got two consoles, handhelds. The Game Gear handheld. It was in a bag when I grabbed it, so I didn't realize one side, if you can see this, is pretty corroded. But I did test it out, and actually it does work. I was surprised it did work. And it came with a stack of games. But none of the games were really, I guess Game Gear games aren't really that expensive to begin with. The console itself I don't think is that great. Because like when you turn it, you gotta look at it very direct, very one angle pretty much, otherwise you can't see the screen. So the games, I think I got 10 games in all, or 11 games in all. I got Green Dog for the Game Gear. X-Men, not the expensive one, X-Men Game Master's Legacy. There's another X-Men that's a lot more expensive. A few Sonic games, Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos, Echo the Tides of Time, Lion King, another Echo the Dolphin, Sonic, the original Sonic, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Jurassic Park, and then Sonic the Hedgehog Triple Trouble, and finally Garfield Caught in the Act. So I think originally it was priced $30, and then like I said, a 20% discount. So probably not that great of a buy, I would say. Like I said, the Game Gear isn't that very popular. So the second handheld I got was originally listed $20, a Game Boy SP with the multi-color, one black, one silver on the bottom. There was a sticker in the front, which I removed, but I still got some stickers, but the residue. The inside looks really good. It is an AGS 101, oh no, AGS 001, so not the more expensive one. And the back one is just, I don't know what they did with it. So it was also in a bag. It came with a few games, 3 games. I really couldn't see what the games were because they were in these cases here. But when I opened it, I guess I was disappointed because I'll show you them real quick. It's Showtime, NBA, Madden 2000, and Ken Griffey Jr. Junior Slugfest. So like I said, 3 sports games. Kind of disappointing, but $20 for SP is just an alright deal. And then finally, well not finally actually, I got one other game for the PlayStation, a sealed copy of DJ Hero, not for resale. Obviously you had to buy the actual DJ turntable, which they had there, but it was, I didn't even look at it. I kind of looked at it briefly and just passed by it, and then I just picked up the disc for it. I'm not sure why I picked it up. Sealed copy, yeah. And then finally, I got another controller, an Xbox 360 controller, but it is a wired one. Not sure. I think it was originally $5. Like I said, everything that I just showed you worked out to be $52 something, $52, $53. So overall, it was an alright deal. I say the Game Gear I probably should have passed on, but it's okay. For Game Gears, if you find them like at garage sales, if you get them for like $5, even if it's broken, and it still has the battery covers, and they said they're not sure if it's broken or not broken, I'd pick it up just because the battery covers themselves sell for like $10. It's ridiculous. I've bought in Game Gear broken and then just sold the battery covers and made profit on just the battery covers. So I also went to the bookstore, and they got 2 items at the bookstore, 2 games. Probably not the, they're alright deals. I say alright deals. This one was on clearance, paid $3. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for the PlayStation 2. And I also got, for the GameCube, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Bane Kato's Eternal Wings. This is not the, there's another Bane Kato's. This is probably the cheaper of the 2. I paid $9 for this. And it is missing the manual though. which kind of sucks. And then there's a few miscellaneous items I picked up. I got a Game Boy to Game Boy Advance to Game Boy Advance charger for $3. I think at Goodwill. And a Wii power adapter for $2 at Savers. I think this was a different time I went to Savers. And then I had 2 Craigslist deals, and then the Thrift Town, the new thrift store that I go to. Thrift Town, this one was more of a surprise pickup that it was almost a pickup that I didn't get, and I would have regretted it later. I got this game for the PlayStation. Originally I saw the cover, it's Speed Punks. You're probably thinking, what is he thinking? But I did open it up and it's not Speed Punks. It is something else. And I looked at it and put it back in the shelf. And then I walked away. And then I was like, why is this face so familiar? And then I checked my phone and I realized why I saw it before. It's Toomba 2 was inside Speed Punks. So obviously I walked away and then I ran back and picked it up, luckily. I don't think anyone else would have picked up Speed Punks. But I got real lucky because I opened this disc and it was Toomba 2 instead. I only paid $3, so it was a really good deal. Even disc only for it. So there was 2 Craigslist deals I picked up. One was just an okay deal, I would say. Got a GameCube. I think they're asking $30. I paid the $30. Power adapter, AV cable came with it. No controller, but I had a bunch of controllers lying down. I did test it out, and it came with 1 game. The reason I really bought it was just for the game. Loose disc, Mario Kart Double Dash. I know the game itself is around $30, so that's why I picked it up. And then there was another Craigslist deal. I actually, for like a few weeks ago, I emailed this guy, and he pretty much wanted me to do best offer, or the best offer he would take it. And I was second in line, and apparently this other guy who was first kind of dragged along the deal for like 2 weeks, maybe 2-3 weeks, and eventually he's like, okay, this guy's not buying it. So he said I could get it for the price I offered him. And I offered him $300, which is quite expensive for one console. It was $300, one console and 20 games, which I originally thought the games were all complete, but they were not. But I still bought it anyway. It came with all the cartridges, you say, and then all the instructions for missing the cases. So why would I pay $300 for this lot? This is the second time I've bought this console before, so that's why the first time I bought it I just sold everything and I just made a ton of money. So that's why I knew paying $300 was a pretty fair price. He was a collector, so I think we both got a pretty good deal on it. So what I got was TurboGrafx 16 lot with the CD on top, or the CD adapter on top. It did not come with the system card to play the Sega CD, or the CD, sorry, not Sega, which kind of sucks, but I always pick that up. Let me put this down somewhere else, because it did come with the TurboGrafx box. It didn't come with the original box. It came with one of these TurboGrafx box case, which was pretty cool, I thought, even though I don't know what's better, this case or the original box for the other stuff. I'm not sure, but I thought this case was really cool. Came with all the cords. Inside the box was one tap, multi-tap, and one controller with all the cords. And then he also threw in another controller, the Turbo Sticks controller. And he also threw in this booklet, which was weird. He didn't say he had it, but he just threw it in. Secrets of the Game TurboGrafx, which was kind of odd. I even asked why he even sold this to me. He said he already had a TurboGrafx. He had 2 of them. So I was wondering why he threw in the book, but take it. I'm going to take it and just going to throw it in. And it came with 20 games, like I said. 2 of them were for the CD. Monster Lair. I think there's something problem with it. Oh yeah, the instructions here it's a little bit messed up. I don't know why it's like that. And also, same here with this one. Splash Lake for the CD. And finally, through here, it had 20 games, like I said. Those were 2 of them. He said he bought this from another guy, and I asked him where were all the cases. He said the cases, just the guy threw them out. He said it's to save space, which kind of sucks. We kept all the instructions in this Ziploc bag. I probably won't go through the all these, but we came with all the instructions with the cartridges. All the cartridges except one had the sleeve on it. The first one, which is the one without sleeve, Keith Courage. I'm not very familiar with that many of TurboGrafx or the games itself, so these names may look odd to me. Crater Maze, Alien Crush, well this one's probably not, Hit the Ice, NHL game. I mean, this one I know about, Box Adventure. Galaga, 90. Ordine. Fantasy Zone. He said this one was probably a really fun game I should play. Raiden. He said it was like a flying shooter game. Chu Man Fu. Probably one of the original Bombermans. Bomberman. Double Dungeons. Very weird cover art. Boxy Boy. Hopefully you're not really just shipping boxes around in this game. Another box, Bonk's Revenge. Blazing Lasers. Dungeon Explorer. Final Lap Twin. And finally, Devil's Crush. So that was it. Pretty much, I wish he had the cases, but he didn't. But I'm still happy about it, even though I paid quite a bit. This is actually the second posting of TurboGrafx I've seen in the last month on Craigslist. And the first one I wouldn't say lowballed him, but I offered him less than what he was asking. Probably that's why he didn't take my offer. Probably should have said 200, I probably would have taken it. But I'm still happy about this one. Apparently the previous guy before me said he didn't know that much about what the CD did, so that's why he didn't buy it eventually. I guess that's good for me. Also, probably most likely that guy probably offered him a little bit less than what I offered him. That's my guess. So that's all I got. Actually, I did get one more item. I got this for myself yesterday or Friday to play. I get this at GameStop, just the retail price. The Lego Movie video game for the Wii U. Surprised that it's only one player, because I know other Lego games are one player. The Lego Marvel is 2 players, so I thought they would move on to 2 players. But this one's only 1 player still as well. Kind of disappointing, but it's alright. So, like I said, that's all I got. I think quite a bit for not going garage selling. Hopefully the weather next week is better. Then we can hit the garage sales most likely when this happens. A lot of people plan for garage sales, push everything for the following weeks, so there might be twice as many garage sales hopefully. Maybe, maybe not. We'll give it a try. But thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys watching, seeing the whole thing. So I'll see you next week. See ya.